guys, welcome to Planning with Crystal. So today's unboxing is a beautiful new fragrance collection by Liberty London, and I really like and recommend this. Just a spoiler straight up front, really happy with this set. So it is on sale right now. It retails at £75 but is worth £174. It comes in a slip like this. It says Liberty there on it, and on the back it tells you which fragrances are included, and obviously you can find that info on their website too. When you slide it off, it looks like this. So if you wanted to gift it, it actually looks nice as well, just in this gorgeous purple Liberty box. So there's 5 fragrances. I'm going to tell you what the retailer tells you about the different scents, and also my thoughts having tried them all. So I got this kit a couple of weeks ago. I've been playing around with it. I've been wearing different fragrances. Some straight away I have smelled and they're just not for me, so obviously I won't be using those anymore, but there's some new favourites I've definitely discovered in here. Now obviously fragrance is a super personal thing, and it might be that there's certain fragrances in here that just aren't going to work for you, or you're just not going to like. So I suppose bear that in mind when we're talking about these sort of scent profiles. If you know what you like and don't like, that should give you a clue as to whether this is going to work for you. So the first one is a pretty well-known high-end fragrance. It's by BYREDO, and it is Gypsy Water. Now the one they've included in this set is the perfumed oil. It's 7.5ml or 0.25 fluid ounces. It was sealed, but obviously I've opened it to smell it, and this is what the packaging looks like. It's got BYREDO embossed on the side. Now this is pretty pricey. It's a 10ml perfume oil. It retails at £50 for this 10ml, and this is what it looks like in the box. So it's perfume oil, so I think it should last longer than a spray would, but I've smelt it and I don't like the smell, so I've not actually applied it to my skin, because straight away I can just tell it's just not going to be for me, unfortunately. So it is in a rollerball, and I'm not a huge fan of rollerballs either. I understand why it's in a rollerball, because it's a perfume oil, and of course an oil is going to apply better on a rollerball than it would in a spray. But for me personally, I just have a bit of a thing about rollerballs. I just prefer to have a spray myself. So what does it tell us about this one? It says Gypsy Water is a glamorization of the Romany lifestyle based on a fascination with the myth. The scent of fresh soil, deep forests and campfires evokes the dream of a free, colourful lifestyle close to nature. So your top notes are bergamot, juniper berries, lemon and pepper. The heart is incense, orris and pine needle, and the base is amber, sandalwood and vanilla. So it's a really quite distinctive smell. I think it's one of those, if you've smelt this before, you'll just know straight away, or if you smell it on somebody else and you know what it is, it's pretty distinctive. But for me, it just doesn't tick the boxes I want it to. So I like a fresh or a fruity scent. I will sometimes go into like a spicy or a deeper scent if I'm in the mood, but this just isn't a scent for me, unfortunately. And I'm glad in a way it was in here, because now I know it's not for me. I suppose I could have gone in store and smelled all these fragrances before I ordered the kit, but I'm still happy with it. Like I said, I still think it's a great deal. I just don't think this particular fragrance is suited to me. The next fragrance is actually in a kind of full size. It's a 30ml size, so it's like the smallest sort of size they do, but it's not as small as like a 10ml, so you're getting a decent amount of fragrance. Now, this one actually surprised me. So it's by ESCENTRIC Molecules. Now, I have tried some of their fragrances before and not liked them, but I haven't tried this particular one. Now, if you're not familiar with the brand, they essentially make fragrances with just one fragrance note, and the idea is that it sort of meshes with your own personal scent, and it will give a slightly different scent for anybody who uses it. However, obviously that base note or whatever is the same for everybody. So if you get ESCENTRIC Molecule number 1, everybody who gets number 1 will have the same base note. It'll just smell differently on different people, as fragrances do anyway. But this is number 5. I believe it's like a unisex scent. It definitely smells kind of unisex to me. So the way that they do these fragrances, in the 30ml size, you can get a travel one, which I think has like a lid and a special like box you can travel with it in, and then you can just get the refill. So this is the refill version that retails at £36. So randomly, that means it doesn't actually have a lid. It is just literally this, which is a bit random. It sort of looks like it's missing a lid, but this just seems to be the one that they include, this type of size, if you are getting it in like a set or whatever. So it's a spray. Like I said, I've been wearing it quite a bit. So this is quite a fresh scent, and I really like this on me. So it says, I wanted to recreate the experience of being on an island in the Mediterranean, and I think they've done that. The top note is bergamot, to keep things light, and orange, an ingredient which has an emotional tone to it, bright and happy. It reflects the orange groves that cover this island. Now this describes lots of notes, so I don't understand. I read on their website it was just one note for a lot of these fragrances, and maybe this one's different. So it says laurel and rosemary are typical Mediterranean plants with a spicy freshness. Juniper brings a herbal tonality, and cypress is a very dry, pungent wood. The dry down has two classic Mediterranean ingredients, Cistus labdanum and mastic. Mastic is a resin produced by a small tree that grows especially near the sea. It has the clean, sharp scent of newly cut branches. Cistus is a small plant that grows everywhere in the Med. It has a sweet, leathery, balsamic quality which I love. And of course there is around 15% of cashmeran, which gives the fragrance its piney warmth. I also introduced a subtle fig, both the bitterness of the leaves and the ripeness of the fruit. Figs had to be in there because there is a fig tree by our house on the island. Fig feels authentic to the place. It reminds me of the happiness of summer by the sea, and it does smell like summer by the sea. It has got that like uplifting scent to it. It's super fresh and different from anything else. It's not overpowering. It's just like one of those fragrances that when you wear it and you're just going about your day, every now and again you'll just get a nice little whiff of it and you think, oh, that's nice. So this is what the packaging looks like. For me, like I said, it's kind of missing that lid, but I get it, it's not a problem. If I am traveling with it, I'll just put it back in its box. But yeah, really liked that, and I wasn't sure if I would at first, but yeah, really like it. Next up, we've got a fragrance here by Sana JARDIN. And one thing you can get from Liberty all day long, they like to do their niche brands, and this is a kind of niche brand. Oh, I think Cult Beauty stock it now as well. So this is Tiger by Her Side, it's called. This beguiling concoction marries a sensual amber accord with vanilla, coriander seed and cinnamon, grounded by a smouldering base of patchouli and incense. The top notes of this are bergamot, cinnamon bark and coriander seed. The heart is rose absolute, benzoin reseum and patchouli heart, and the base is labdanum res, vanilla and olibanum. So many words I did not know existed until I started looking at fragrances. So this lid comes off and it's another rollerball, and it's another one that's not for me. So it's a nighttime, super spicy, heavy scent. And again, I think this is one of those scents that if you love it, you will know instantly. It will either be for you or it will not. It is not for me, but I know exactly who it will be for. But yeah, it's a shame because it's really nice, and because it is such a kind of strong, intense scent, I actually think it will last a really long time as well. But again, one that I'm not going to be making the most of, and that is worth £30 for a 10ml size. Another one I did love is this. So this is by ELLIS Brooklyn, and it's called Salt Eau de Parfum. It is 10ml or 0.33 fluid ounce, and in this size it retails at £29. So it's got a nice kind of gold lid, and that comes off and it is a spray. This just smells like the perfect day at the beach. It's just got that gorgeous, you know, there's salt in the air and it's sunny and you can smell the ocean. I know that makes no sense, but it's just gorgeous. I even like the packaging as well. I like this blue, and oh, I just love this. This is definitely a new favourite for me. Tropical floral fragrance, reminiscent of salty skin and heat of the sun. I wouldn't have said it was floral, I'd have said it was more fresh personally, but there you go. Sensual, complex and soul healing. Salt Eau de Parfum features heady notes of vegan ambergris, blended with floral notes of Tahinian terre and warm sandalwood and musk, inspired by the curing properties of salt water, sweat, tears or the sea. This perfume is guaranteed to become a daily favourite. Now I didn't expect to like this because the first top note is ylang ylang, which I don't normally like, but in this blend it's perfect. So the top notes, ylang ylang and violet leaves, absolute. Heart notes, Tahinian terre and magnolia. And the base notes are musk, ambergris and sandalwood. But honestly, heaven. Last but not least, we've got a fragrance by DS and DURGA, and it's called Debaser. It's 10ml, and I've worked out it's worth around about £27, but it depends because you can't actually buy this in this size on its own from what I can see. You would have to buy like a 50ml or a 100ml, which are hundreds of pounds. Pretty expensive fragrance. So it's described as the wild shrill of Black Francis coming through the radio in the August heat. Ripe fig, iris, coconut milk, tonka and dry blonde woods. The scent type is citrus and fruity. So this is what it looks like. It's got like a plastic lid and it's got a little spray applicator on it. So it says here that our top notes are bergamot, green leaf and pear stem. The heart notes are fig, coconut milk and iris, and the base blonde woods, tonka bean and moss. This is one that I can't decide if I like or not, and I know that sounds really bizarre, but I genuinely can't decide. So there's parts of it that I smell and I'm just like, oh, love this, love the kind of fruitiness of it and that like bit of coconut and things, but then there's other bits where I'm like, I'm not sure. So I think I'm gonna have to persevere with this a little bit longer. I'm on the fence with it. So to recap, this one, like I said, totally on the fence with. Love the ELLIS Brooklyn Salt and Eccentric Molecules number 5. BYREDO Gypsy Water and the Sana JARDIN, not for me, but you win some, you lose some, and like I said, I know exactly who will enjoy them. So I think if you're somebody who only likes certain types of fragrances, a bit like me, perhaps it's not for you. If you're somebody who likes a range of fragrances and, you know, for different moods and things, then you will probably love it. But I do think the value's there. I think even if you only like a few of the scents, because they are such expensive scents and it gives you a chance to really use them, these are not testers, these are at least 10 ml of product, so plenty to use for a few weeks and see if you love it enough to get a full size. I think it's a really good option. So I used my Liberty credit on it. I'm sure by now you're familiar with the Liberty system that they have, where you sign up for £20 a month and you get the £20 back to spend on beauty, and then you get like a free box of goodies once every 3 months. The next one for April should be due really soon. Obviously I will unbox it when it arrives as well. If you do want to know more about the whole Liberty beauty scheme, I'll put a card here for the latest video I did on that if you want to kind of understand a bit more about it. But yeah, this gets my recommendation. I actually think it's a really good set, really like it, and I think it would be an awesome gift for somebody who loves fragrance as well, especially more unusual ones that not everybody will know or be familiar with. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. It lets me know you're enjoying the content I'm producing, and I'd love it if you subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to be notified when my next video goes live. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.